Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. In today's video, I'm going to share how we were able to receive an invitation for Australian Permanent Residency while still living here in the Philippines. Just a quick disclaimer, I'm not a migration agent, so everything that I'll be sharing with you today is based on our own personal experience. I hope it gives you some useful insights for your own journey. Let's begin! First things first, before you even think about applying for permanent residency, you need to make sure you're eligible. Australia has different PR pathways, and what I'll be sharing with you today is about the skilled migration program. To be eligible for this, you'll need to meet certain criteria, like having a skilled occupation on the skilled occupation list, meeting the points requirement, and being under a certain age. If you're under the age limit, the next thing to check is whether you meet the minimum points requirement. To be eligible for skilled migration, you'll need at least 65 points. These points are based on different factors like your age, English language proficiency, work experience, education, and other qualifications. So how can you check your points? You can simply search for Australian Immigration Points Calculator and click on the official calculator from the Home Affairs website. Although there are other sites where you can also calculate your points, it's always safest to visit the official website to ensure you're getting the most accurate information. Once you're on the site, you'll need to choose the visa subclass you're interested in. For this video, I'll be focusing on the skilled visas, which are the subclasses 189, 190, and 491. What are the differences between these subclasses? Let me quickly explain. First, the 189 visa or the skilled independent visa gives you permanent residency right away. The keyword here is independent, as you are applying on your own and you do not need to be nominated by any states. This also gives you the right to live and work anywhere in Australia. For example, let's say you are an engineer and you've got your 189 visa approved. You get to choose exactly where you want to live and work in Australia, unlike the other visas that require you to live in a specific state or region. So whether you want the fast pace of Sydney, the charm of Melbourne, or the laid-back lifestyle of Brisbane, with this visa, you can settle in any city or region that suits you best as a permanent resident. Next, we have the 190 visa or the skilled nominated visa. This visa also gives you permanent residency right away. However, you first need to be nominated by the state or territory in order to apply. Once your visa is granted, you then must live and work in the nominating state for the next 2 years. For example, let's say the state of New South Wales, home to Sydney, nominates you because they need a skilled professional like you to help grow their industry. They then send you a pre-invite first, which is essentially a step before the official invitation to apply. The pre-invite is when the state reviews your expression of interest to confirm that you are claiming the correct number of points and meet their specific nomination criteria. Once the state is satisfied with your points and qualifications, they will then send you the invitation to apply or ITA. This is the official invitation that allows you to proceed with lodging your 190 visa application and start the next steps in your migration journey. After you get your visa approved, you will then need to live in your nominating state for 2 years. Keep in mind that each state has its own requirements. Most states have a skills list, and they only nominate people whose occupations are on that list and are in demand in their area. To find out more, visit the state's official migration website. There, they will list the occupations they need, the requirements for each one, and how many points you need. You can also check if they have extra conditions, like having a job offer or having specific work experience. Now let's go to subclass 491, or the skilled regional visa. This visa is often overlooked as it's not as straightforward compared to other visas, but it actually offers a direct pathway to permanent residency as well. This visa is designed for people who want to live and work in regional areas. These are the areas outside the major cities like Sydney, Melbourne, and Brisbane. But don't think you will be moving to the middle of nowhere, as regional Australia is actually home to some dynamic, growing cities that offer great lifestyle benefits. Once you are nominated by the state and granted with the 491 visa, you can then live and work in your nominating state's regional area for up to 5 years. However, after holding the visa for just 3 years and meeting the income and work requirements, you can already apply for permanent residency through the subclass 191 visa. So again, just a quick recap. 189 visa is a permanent visa which does not need any state sponsorship. You can live and work anywhere in Australia after a visa is granted. 190 visa is also a permanent visa, but you must live in the state that nominated you for at least 2 years. After that, you can move freely within Australia. 491 visa is a temporary visa, but with a pathway to permanent residency after 3 years. You must live in a regional area and meet certain income requirements to transition to the 191 visa for permanent residency. Now that you understand the differences, let's now move to how you can calculate your points. First, click on the visa subclass you're interested in. For this example, the subclass 189 visa. The points calculator will ask you to answer several questions based on key factors such as age, English proficiency, and work experience, among others. After entering all your details, the calculator will show your total points below. You need at least 65 points to be eligible to apply. A more detailed explanation of how points are computed can be found on the points table in the website. If you are eligible, the next step is to check your occupation's ANSCO code. ANSCO stands for the Australian and New Zealand Standard Classification of Occupations, which is used to identify and categorize occupations in Australia. However, be aware that there are reports of potential changes to this list in the near future, so it's important to stay updated with the latest immigration news to ensure you have the most current information. To check for your occupation, visit the Home Affairs website and navigate to Visa, Working in Australia, and click on Skilled Occupation List. Here you will find a comprehensive list of occupations along with the corresponding visas you may be eligible to apply for. For example, if you are a civil engineer, you can find that you are eligible in the 189, 190, and 491 visas. You can also click on your specific occupation code to be redirected to the ANSCO website where you will find a detailed job description. This is crucial because the skills assessment authorities will use this information to assess whether your qualifications and work experience align with the required standards for a chosen occupation. Next, you can check the relevant skills assessment authority for your occupation. To do this, simply click on the link under the Assessing Authority section located in the right-hand column of the occupation page. Once you click the link, a prompt will appear with the website of the Skills Assessment Authority. On their website, you can find the specific steps you need to follow to complete your skills assessment for migration. The next step is to take an English language exam. This exam is required for both your skills assessment and to claim English language points. On the Home Affairs website, you can find a list of accepted English language tests for claiming points. Simply navigate to Help and Support, Meeting Our Requirements, and click on English Language. Additionally, your relevant skills assessment authority will have its own specific English language requirements, so be sure to double-check those as well. To maximize your points, you will need to aim for a superior English score. On the website, you can see the specific exams and the required scores to claim the maximum 20 points for English proficiency. Once you have completed your English exam and gathered all the required documents for your skills assessment, you may be eligible to receive a positive skills assessment. This positive assessment can then be used to submit your expression of interest or EOI. Submitting an expression of interest is the first step in applying for a skilled migration visa. The EOI is submitted through the Skill Select system, where you provide your details, including your point score, occupation, and the visa subclass you are interested in. Please note that submitting an EOI does not mean you are already applying for a visa. It is simply an expression of interest, and you will need to wait for an invitation to apply. While we personally did not submit our EOI ourselves as we work with an agent, you can easily do it on your own. You can visit the visa section on the Home Affairs website, then go to Working in Australia, click on Skill Select, and click on Expression of Interest. Here you will find a clear step-by-step guide on how to submit your EOI. The EOI is free of charge. You can submit an EOI for as many states or territories as you are eligible for, and you can also apply for multiple visa subclasses at the same time, such as the 189, 190, and 491 visas. After you have submitted your expression of interest, the next step is to wait. Invitations to apply for a visa are issued regularly, and if you meet the requirements, you may receive an invitation to apply for a chosen visa subclass. It is important to note that submitting an EOI does not guarantee an invitation right away. It depends on the demand for your occupation, your points, and the specific visa subclass you have applied for. Once you receive an invitation, the next step is to submit your visa application. This is when you officially apply for the visa you have been invited to apply for. Again, we did not personally lodge our visa as our agent was the one who lodged in behalf of us. However, you can check the step-by-step process by going to the specific page of the visa that you are applying for. For example, if you are applying for the 189 visa, click on the Points Tested Stream section, then go to Step-by-Step Guide and click on Applying for a Visa. This will provide you with a detailed and clear instructions on how to submit your application. The processing time for visa grants can vary. For the most up-to-date information, you can check the current visa processing times on the Home Affairs website. Now that we've covered the application process, let's move on to an important question. How much did we spend in our application? For our application, we spent the following: English exam, which is 12,600 pesos, skills assessment with employment and fast track application, which costs 67,600 pesos, 190 visa application for the main applicant, which is 181,000 pesos, medicals, which costs 8,450 pesos, and our migration agent professional fee, which costs 227,700 pesos. This brings us to a total of 497,350 pesos. Please note that the costs mentioned apply only to one individual and do not include any dependents. That's it. I hope this information helps guide you through your own journey towards Australian Permanent Residency. If you found this video helpful, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe for more updates. Thanks for watching!